Hybrid. The combination of two different elements. Or should it be the adaptation of two different elements? I can think of ample examples, but I'll take you. You break the norm, adapt the old to create something new. Loud, silent, nature, city, crowded, lonely. You fight for the right to get to decide what to think and what to do. Doing what you think is right, but never quite sure if what you think to do is enough. Your daily transactions require interaction, wearing technology as a bulletproof vest. But really interacting? Speaking to people in person? You do not do that much. Maybe you need the analog to start a dialogue and reacquaint yourself with these skills. It's the difference between driving yourself and being driven. Does convenience outweigh skill? Use it, adapt it, make it yours. You can do anything you want to do. You are the fucking hybrid generation.
What is the top priority of the average consumer? Is it driving pleasure, speed, mileage? Or do we like traffic jams, bad drivers, speeding tickets or accidents? There is a perfect fit for everyone. But what is the point of using transportation the wrong way? It is not what you drive, it is how you drive it.
In our first week, we spent a lot of time getting to know each other. On Monday, the students from each respective major gave a guided tour of their campus and explained what they do and what they could offer to this project. The next day, we had a briefing with Nissan from Volkswagen. Beforehand, we already had a rough idea what this project was about, but now we knew all the details and discovered the topic we needed to work around, namely sharing. So, the following days, we started our initial research around 5 topics: sharing, mobility, AI, trends, and of course, the brand Volkswagen. We felt this was important to ensure our project had a solid foundation. In week 3, we composed a list of demands. Based on this list, we changed our personas and created some new ones. We also composed personas of ourselves currently, in 2018, and our future selves, in 2040. At the beginning of week 4, we formulated our assignment for the next few days. Once we decided where we wanted to go, we split up in 4 teams of 3 people. In these teams, we worked together on the personas and transport plans we created for ourselves. We analyzed each transport plan with their matching personas and grew up a unique ecosystem for each persona. Using the method of CAM, we made different scenarios. We then formulated our idea to create different worlds and decided to present these to Volkswagen for our intersessional presentation. Friday was a very exciting day. Teachers and coordinators from the 3 different majors came to Hangar K for our test presentation. This was our chance to practice for the big presentation on Tuesday and receive valuable feedback. The hybrid world turned out to be the most popular world, so this was the one we continued to work around. We already had the feeling that we would keep working around this concept because it had a more realistic approach, but the input we got from Volkswagen made this even more apparent, with Mathieu calling us the fucking hybrid generation. On Tuesday we had a big brainstorm session. We had decided on a couple of brainstorm exercises that would gradually bring us closer to a solution, pertaining to the categories devices, home appliance, city infrastructure, car/mobility, and UX. Afterwards, we split up in groups of 3 and wrote down ideas for 3 categories: platform, module, and infrastructure. In week 13, we had to make drastic changes to the vision we had for the final presentation. Nissan told us that we only had 30 minutes, so our idea to set up an exhibition at the Volkswagen headquarters was no longer possible. During the Christmas break, everyone had the time to take a moment and look ahead to the final presentation. After New Year's Day, everyone came back together in Hangar K. We went over our schedule for the weeks to come and sat together to divide our budget between our different installations. We also scheduled filming days for our presentation movie, one of our last weeks to work on this project. The final deadline was in sight and everyone was starting to feel a little stressed. There was still lots of work to be done and we only had 2 weeks left. Everyone was working as hard as they could on their projects. The website, the final film, the module, the platform, so much to do and so little time. We are 12 students studying industrial product design, digital arts and entertainment, and digital design and development, respectively. For the last 18 weeks, we have collectively worked to find the best future-oriented mobility solution for Volkswagen. We think the future will change dramatically, and to be part of this change would be a unique experience.
The reason why we don't talk to strangers just like that is because we don't know what to talk about. We are afraid to ask the first question because it might be just that question that leads to a sensitive subject. We are afraid to step out of our comfort zone, while actually talking to a stranger doesn't make us feel comfortable at all. At the other hand, we have no problem to conversate with people we do know, but that is because we have foreknowledge about that person. We want people to travel together, to reduce the amount of cars on the road, to connect and to share a moment. We build a module focused on people, and with Platform SAM, people can share their hobbies, their interests, what keeps them busy in life. We ask strangers to sit together. First, awkward silence. Then, Sam introduced, ice-breaking. Eventually, interaction.
Sam, share a moment.
I think everyone has heard of global warming, and I think the good thing about this project is that we're thinking about the future of mobility and how we can use our resources, our cars, more efficiently. And if we can do that without losing the convenience and the freedom that we have with having our personal car, that would be very exciting.
The world is changing and the way we live is changing as well. And being involved in a project like this gives the ability to give a small but a positive contribution.
Well, we think the future will change dramatically, and to be part of this change would be a unique experience.
I think that learning to work within a team and with new people, and also building up that team from scratch, and everyone like trying to find their roles and deciding what roles need to be there in the team. I think that is a very valuable experience for everyone, and that we can take that experience into our next big adventure.
It kind of feels like we started a startup without really knowing where we're going to, and I think this won't change until the job is done.
We will be transporting ourselves from point A to B with a new, unique experience.
We created all these different installations because we ask ourselves the question, how will we change the game? We want to live in a future where sharing is feasible for everyone, where we can stay in touch with our identity. We want to adapt and evolve mobility to our future world. So, how will we create a more efficient and adaptable system? Step by step, we're building towards a better, safer and more efficient environment. It's an evolution, not a revolution. A new relationship between customer and brand. You don't just own a Volkswagen. You are a part of the Volkswagen community. You make Volkswagen. You are a part of the team, part of its identity. Creativity and diversity come together to create a better world. It's your choice, your freedom. We are Volkswagen. We are the people.